Hello ladies, gents, and everyones. It is Thursday, January 28th. Happy birthday, Mom. And we're here to talk about this week's space and astronomy news. First up, let's talk about our friend, the good old International Space Station. The ISS Russian segment head announced last week that they found one crack on board the ISS and they suspect that there's another. These cracks are slowly leaking air, but they emphasize that the amount of air loss is not significant. While this isn't a big hazard to the ISS, it is a reminder that it has been continuously occupied for over 20 years now, and its original lifetime was only scheduled to be 15 years. Right now it's pledged to be supported through at least 2030. Axiom Space announced on Tuesday the 4-man crew that will be going on a private mission to the ISS for the first time ever. This mission is called AX-1 and it will be led by a former NASA astronaut. The launch is planned sometime for 2022 on board a SpaceX Crew Dragon. And each of the men on board will be paying $55 million for the privilege. They'll also have to undergo full medical testing as well as a 15-week training program. Axiom Space is a young space-based firm that was founded in Dallas in 2016, and they aim to send 2 missions to the ISS per year, and eventually they want to launch a commercial replacement for the ISS. And on board the ISS this week, 2 astronauts completed a spacewalk yesterday. They were outside the ISS for about 7 hours completing repairs and upgrades for the station. This was astronaut Mike Glover's very first spacewalk and the 3rd spacewalk for astronaut Mike Hopkins. SpaceX launched its first dedicated rideshare mission on Sunday. On board it had 143 satellites, which is a new record of how many satellites are getting launched at once. This included 10 of its own Starlink satellites, as well as 133 satellites for its customers. The aim of this program is to provide a low-cost way for companies to get things into orbit without having to pay for a dedicated mission, which can be very expensive. While this is super exciting and it's awesome that space is becoming more accessible, it's also a reminder about concerns about space junk and how much stuff is going up into the skies. This has potential ramifications for other spacecraft, satellites, and observational ground-based astronomy. Speaking of SpaceX, we're still waiting on the SN9 test flight. I know it feels like it's been forever that I've been talking about this. They completed another static test fire last Friday, which was the 5th for the SN9, and they were planning to launch this week, but they kept getting delayed due to bad weather. They're now hoping to do it today, so keep an eye out for a live stream, but hopefully it will be really soon. And the SN10, which is the next test flight for Starship, is already assembled and is going to be ready to start testing soon, so hopefully Starship will continue to see some really awesome progress. President Biden took office last week and his administration requested a lunar sample to display in the Oval Office from NASA, which they happily provided. The sample is displayed in symbolic recognition of earlier generations' ambitions and accomplishments, and in support for America's current Moon to Mars exploration approach. I thought this was really cute. And fun fact, the sample was taken in 1972, just 3 weeks before then Senator Biden was seated for his very first term. Lastly, I just wanted to tell you about this cool star system that astronomers have recently discovered. So single stars, like our own sun, actually account for only roughly half of the stars in the galaxy, the other half being multiple star systems. Now, the majority of those multiple star systems are binaries, but it's also possible to have trinaries, quaternaries, I don't know any more terms than that, but you can have larger numbers of stars in a system. And this star that astronomers just observed is a sextuple star system. Now, this isn't the first time we've seen a sextuple star system. We knew of 17 before this discovery, including the rather well-known Castor system. However, this one is especially interesting because it's the first one in which all 3 pairs of binaries that make up the sextuple system are eclipsing, which means that they are passing in front of each other, which allows astronomers to learn more about the stars themselves. And this could provide insights into stellar formation and evolution of exactly how you end up with some really cool sextuple system like this. Also, I just think it's really cool, so. This star was actually discovered using the TESS satellite, which is the Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite, and so they were looking for exoplanet transits, but in this case they found eclipsing binaries and a really cool system of eclipsing binaries. Just goes to show you can find lots of different astronomical data, even in missions that aren't specifically aimed at that. And lastly, just on a channel admin note, I actually launched a merch store this past week. And so if you are interested, please feel free to check it out. The link is in my link tree, which is down below. And I'll also put the link down below. There are some stickers, coffee mugs, and now t-shirts. I want to emphasize that please don't feel any pressure to buy anything. This is just, honestly, I made it, well, one, because people were asking, and two, because I wanted to buy it for myself. So yeah, so I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to share space awesomeness with you. But if you are interested, yeah, you can check it out. Okay, thanks. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope I will see you again soon. All right, have a good one. Bye.